my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to yet another weekend vlog. It's the weekend. It's Friday evening. It's about 4:45. I've been waiting for a call from my bank for about an hour and a half now, so that's what I've been doing. I actually ended up just kind of sitting here because I was done work. I ended up just doing my March bullet journal spread. I got new washi tapes and they're beautiful. They're like a Van Gogh collection. I love them, and I love these colors. This spread makes me so happy. It makes me feel so calm. I thought I'd pop in and officially start this vlog. What am I gonna be reading this weekend? I have plans to read 3 books. I am currently, and I have been currently listening to this library book all day today, The Last Watch by J.S. Dowes, or Dews? I don't know how to pronounce their last name. And I'm well over halfway through because I have been listening to the audiobook and I haven't been following along. And I need to wrap up Dune this weekend for my other reading vlog. I am halfway through it, so I should be able to do that. And those are my concrete reading plans. I also got in the mail today a package from Amazon, and I wanted to open it because it's very exciting book mail, because I ordered it like literally 2 days ago and it's already here. But it is Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree, and I am very, very pleased to have this in my hands. It is absolutely beautiful. I'm so excited to read this because it is like a low stakes high fantasy. So it's just like 2 fantasy people in a cafe. I'm so ready for this. I've heard just nothing but good things coming out of it. So I really want to get to this weekend as well. So we're just gonna be reading all weekend. That was my book mail of the day. Week is done at work, and the weekend awaits. I need to go move my car because we had our like parking lot cleaning today. So I gotta go move it back to its spot because I believe they've been done for a while. I just haven't gone outside because it's cold outside. So I think I might do that, but I have been like not doing that because I keep expecting a call from my bank. And if I'm outside when they call, that's gonna mess everything up. So I'm hopefully going to finish up The Last Watch tonight and then kind of just have the weekend to myself. I also tomorrow wanted to do a live stream for writing productivity in the afternoon sometime. I'm not sure if I will or not yet, but it's been on my mind because I do feel like I need to get back into the sprinting vibe to get any kind of productivity in for writing. And I also need to go grocery shopping tomorrow, but that's besides the point. I will catch up with you guys a little later, but yes, it is the start of yet another weekend vlog. This was so good. This was such a fabulous sci-fi. Oh man, I haven't read many sci-fis in general, but I also haven't read many sci-fis that are like space opera-esque that I've really, really enjoyed. I mean, like properly space opera-esque, you know? Like I'd say probably like Becky Chambers is definitely space opera, but it's not, I don't think it would fall under the space opera genre as much as like say something like The Expanse would, which I haven't read yet, but I'm planning to. I think the only one that I can really think of that I've read was one of John Scalzi's books, and perhaps if I would almost count Chilling Effect by Valerie Valdez as in this same league, where it's exclusively in a universe on ships and they're dealing with like big space altering stuff. I guess Chilling Effect doesn't really have that. It's more of like a personal thing in a big expansive world and they're being chased around the world. I would also say maybe like No Fet Gloss has the same flavor, where it's like fully set in a sci-fi world and like stuff is happening that's affecting the whole universe vibe. This probably feels more to me like a John Scalzi read, but I didn't really love the John Scalzi book that I read. I liked this a whole heck of a lot more. This was great because it brought this just super expansive idea of literally the universe falling apart, and you have the idea of like this crew at the edge of the world that the rest of the universe has like basically forgotten about. They're the criminals, they're the people that just the rest of the world wanted to get rid of. There's like a select few that become part of this elite crew, and they're the ones tasked with saving the world just because they're there And I love that so much. And the two main characters in here, their relationship is so perfect. It's not romantic at all. It is mentor-mentee in a way, but like mutual respect. I really enjoyed this book. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna have to run that through Cop-Isle in the morning, but woo! That was great. All right, first book of the weekend done. I think I'm just gonna spend the rest of the night kind of watching Bones because it is currently 10:50. So that's the plan. The next book that I want to read, probably physically, Blood Scion. But if I want an audiobook, I'm gonna go into Dune because those are the two that I really want to focus on to get done this week because I need to read books that I have on the go to get them done. And then I want to read Legends and Lattes. I feel like this is gonna be a perfect Sunday read. So I think that's maybe what I'll save this for. The Last Watch, if you guys like sci-fi, pick this up. It's very good. It's very good. And I believe there's a sequel out now. And I want to get that one too. So putting those on my wish list. But yes, my friends, I will catch up with you guys a little later. Hello friends, happy Saturday. It is now just about 6 o'clock. I'm waiting for my pizza to cook because I figured Saturday night pizza, what is better? Absolutely nothing. But I wanted to pop in and just say, hey, I don't really have that much to update you on. I decided not to do a live stream today. I was just not in the mood. So maybe next weekend might do one. Let me know what you guys think. If you want me to start back my writing live streams again, I'm more than happy to do so. I went grocery shopping today. I also dropped off 2 library books at the library, but didn't have a chance to actually go in and pick up my hold, so I'm gonna go tomorrow. I didn't have a chance because when I went there, literally every single parking spot was taken. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna park illegally for like 3 seconds, run to the book drop off thing, and like run back to my car. There was no other cars around that were like driving, so that's been my day, and I've just been kind of watching Bones for the rest of the day and playing Skyrim because that's all I wanted to do. But now I'm currently listening to Dune and my timer is done. And I'm trying to make a good chunk of the way through. I think at the speed that I'm listening to it at, I have 3.5 hours left of listening to it to be done it, which is exciting. I'm hoping to do that, a good chunk of it today, hopefully all of it today. I don't really know. 3 hours will take me till 9, and I do just want to watch TV. So maybe I'll just like power through a bunch of it until I get tired of it, and then I'll put my show back on. But other than that, I don't really have anything to update you on. I guess I could tell you about the hand-by-hand editing that I've been doing for my middle grade because I wanted to do one more pass on this manuscript and get everything up to par. And of course, look at all that lovely red pen usage. It's every page, you know. It's mostly just word usage and fixing sentences that don't make sense or that kind of a thing. So that's what I've been doing every night, and I'm gonna try tonight as well to get another chapter or so done so that I can finish that half of my manuscript and go into the second half, and then maybe start implementing those changes tomorrow so that I have a fresh manuscript that is polished as can be, so that, you know, fingers crossed, when agents start asking for full requests or half requests, that my work is ready to go. I gotta get my pizza out of the oven, so I'll chat with you guys later. Hello friends, it is now a little later. It is 8:50. Oh my goodness. And I have made it to the 460 page mark of Dune. Just about to start book 3. And I'm going to call a pause on it. I have about 2 hours left of the audiobook to go at the speed that I'm listening to it at. I am now going to do a 30-minute writing sprint. I'm going to find one online and I'm going to do writing because I realize that Project Dragon is pulling at me in a way that, like, I know the story now, thank goodness, because I kind of unlocked it earlier this month, and I don't know, like, I feel like I have it, but the idea of actually sitting down to write it terrifies me, which isn't a feeling that I've ever had with a book before. Usually when I have the story in my head and I know like where I'm going, I am like desperate to start and the words just pour out of me. And like this book is gonna be the death of me. Like it is so much. So much. And I think it's because I'm like scared I don't have the voice for it yet. I'm not entirely sure. And then there's also another voice in the back of my head that's saying like, you won't be able to publish this right away because this is going to be a book that's going to need to be like you are already a published author and then you can publish this book. So like there's a voice in the back of my head saying like, why don't you work on other work? Like why don't you work on your YA ideas and get the YA fantasy ideas out of your head because those are more marketable. And I need to shut off that part of my brain because this is the only project that I have that's even close to being in a drafting stage right now. That's where I'm at. Anyways, so that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna do a half-hour writing sprint and then I'm just gonna hang out for the rest of the evening, probably watch more Bones or maybe read more of this. I'm not sure. We're doing great reading progress this weekend, my guys. And then tomorrow, I really want to read Legends and Lattes. It's writing sprint time. Longer than I thought it was going to. It is now 10:20, 10:26, and I'm officially calling it. Oh my god. Okay. All I needed to do was get away from Issy and go to Maeve. I don't know what it is about Issy's next like scene. It just like I know what's gonna happen in the scene. It just wasn't flowing. So I decided to go into Maeve's scene and reread her chapter that I've written and like fix and add, and that chapter is now 1,400 words, which is awesome. And then I started on my next chapter with Maeve, which is currently at 900 words. So I've written today 1,500 words in total I've added, and I'm now sitting at the 6,600 word mark for this draft. I've officially beaten the 5K mark. Oh, it feels good. Officially to be over that mark. But so good, so good. And it's really fun to play with Maeve's point of view because her point of view is filled with dragons. And I love it. I love being in this world because this is like, the sanctuary is what I built first for Project Dragon. Like that's what I knew I wanted. That's like I knew what was going to be there. I knew what the sanctuary was, and Maeve was at the heart of it. So being in this world where Maeve is before like everything kind of happens is prime. I'm very happy to be here. Very happy to be here. And I think I'm going to have this be what I submit to the writing salon from the salon that my friends and I are doing. I think I'm going to do this first chapter of hers and then this next scene. Everything's happy. Everything's good. And I think it's going to be fun to kind of bounce back and forth between points of view as to where I want to work on in the story. Very excited. Very excited. Oh my gosh. I love it. And I've already like having gone back into Maeve's point of view this chapter, which is the first chapter that we get to see of Maeve at all. I love that we start with her alone in their like in one of the caverns that's filled with like hot springs, and she's bathing a small green dragon with like who has like feathered scales, which is really fun. But I love that we start with that because it's a moment where like he does something that makes her laugh, and she kind of sits there for a second. She's like, I don't remember the last time I laughed. It's not like that I'm not happy, but I just don't remember the last time I've laughed. And then her whole team comes in and we get to see Thyrus, who is her dragon, and is the original dragon of this whole sanctuary that her mom found. And she like Thyrus is an ancient red dragon, so she is huge. And I love the moment we get because the small green dragon, I love it. I'm telling you this and you probably don't care, but I love it so much. The small green dragon is like the size of a Doberman or like a medium to large size dog, essentially. And so we have this like bottle green dragon that is just having a great day, just being bathed and is happy. And it like clicks his teeth at her and leaves and like soars out of the cavern, you know. And then Maeve starts to clean and has like a little moment of introspection. And Thai shows up, and it is like the earth moves around thigh, which I just love so much. And I call the dragon Thigh because I give everyone nicknames. Thyris shows up, and I love the description of her. Yes, it's my own writing. I love it. I'm gonna read it too, because why not? A low, familiar thundering rippled through the stone around Maeve and into her bones. She peered up from the floor as an enormous horned head poked down in through the cavern opening. The dragon's brilliant, deep, almost black-red scales shifted and moved as the rest of her strong, serpentine body came after, momentarily filling the entire cave opening. One claw alone was larger than Maeve's whole body, but she knew that the dragon would never hurt her. Those talons had held her many a time before, carefully, like she was something precious. And it's just this moment of Thyris just coming in, this absolutely massive, momentous being coming in and filling this entire cavern opening, which is a very, very large cavern, and like coming in, kind of just like blasting Maeve with a poof of like hot air, and like moves past her and goes into the bathing pool and just like takes up the whole thing. And as she moves into the water, it like comes out like a wave of water across the rest of the cavern. And it's just, I love it. I love Thyris. She is my favorite. I love her so much. I love dragons. I love dragons, and I love the descriptions of them, because we so far have had this little bottle green who is feathered, and we have then Thyris who is scaled like armor, and she's this big, absolutely massive dragon. And we're gonna have dragons from all sizes between there. Like at one point, I'm gonna have Maeve find a really, really tiny, almost like wyvern, so, like little itty bitty thing that like wraps itself around her neck, kind of like the size of a fox would be. And it's gonna be like this like electric yellow color with like a almost leathery skin instead of scales. It's gonna be fun. Yeah. If you couldn't tell, this is the story from my soul. I have always wanted to write something with dragons in it, and I'm just so excited to see where this goes. But anyways, that writing sprint was a genius idea. 10 out of 10. Love that for me. And now I'm going to put Bones back on and watch, I think, one more episode, and I'm gonna get a little bit of ice cream, treat myself, and then I'm gonna call it for the night and maybe read a little bit more of Dune. Anyways, my friends, I'll catch up with you guys a little later. Lovely friends, happy Sunday. I've been sitting here and I just finished Dune, which is great. I'm now done and my head is seething with thoughts. I don't know, this is such an interesting read. I don't know if I can say that I liked it or enjoyed it, but it was definitely a super intriguing read, and I will be continuing with the series. It to me has, as I said in a previous video or a previous vlog, I can't remember when I said it. I might have said it in the My Friends Pick My TBR video, can't remember, but which is what this is for. But I basically said that it's in the same league as Wheel of Time for me. Like it's giving me those feelings of a book, like it feels like an old classic to me. In that way, it's kind of in another league. It's in a league of its own kind of a thing, which doesn't necessarily mean that it's better than anything else that I've read. Like I would say like it is compared to Arthur C. Clarke on the back says, I know nothing comparable to it except The Lord of the Rings, which I don't agree with at all. The Lord of the Rings is incredible. And this is good and imaginative and in its own way, totally different. And I can see why people would compare it to The Lord of the Rings because it's like foundational in the sci-fi genre. Wow, yeah, okay. Dune. Read this. I'm going to talk more about it in my Friends Pick My TBR video. And then I think I'm also going to include this in a dual book review. This is definitely going to be one of those. I think I'm actually going to pair it with The Last Watch, which I just finished in this vlog too, which I don't actually own anymore. I gotta go get a copy of it because like this is so intriguing and I need to like really formulate my thoughts. Like I annotated the hell out of this book, but also like my thoughts are in the back of the book. By the way, this is a good idea to like write your thoughts as you're reading, because if you're like me and have bad memory, writing your thoughts down as you're reading is a good way to remember them. Anyways, done Dune. It's 1:20. I'm gonna go do my hair and just kind of chill for a while. I'm going to Mom and Dad's tonight for dinner, so you'll get to see some fun clips of Bella, I am sure, because my girl, I gotta give her the cuddles. I gotta give her the cuddles. What do I want to do now? I'm gonna do my hair, then I think I'm going to probably eat lunch, but I am torn between doing more writing and starting Legends and Lattes. So we're gonna see what I end up getting up to in the few hours before I go home for dinner. So. Happy Monday. I am here at my desk. I totally forgot that I had this little tripod thing that I could film on for vlogs too, so you're actually getting a good angle today, which is amazing. But I wanted to pop in because it's officially Monday, the start of another work week, and I have reading news. Last night I ended up getting to the halfway mark of Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree. I am on just about to start chapter 16, and I will be finishing this tonight because it is, once I'm actually like focusing on it, it is a super fast read and I am loving it. And it is just everything that I could want from a high fantasy with low stakes. Like, it's just everything. Like, Viv, our main character, who's this lovely orc on the cover, she's just setting out to change her life a little bit. She's tired of adventuring and she decides to open up her own cafe and serve coffee to all these people who don't even know what coffee is. And it's just, it's so lovely. And I love how Travis is pulling in like modern elements like of a coffee machine or like an air conditioner or stuff like that and making it high fantasy to, you know, accommodate for a coffee shop in a D&D-esque world. So I am really, really loving it. And if you're looking for something like this that is just cozy and warm and it feels like you're drinking a cup of coffee, do it, buy this and read it. It is I'm loving it. And the writing is so tight, which I knew going in was going to happen because Travis Baldree is a audiobook narrator, and so he knows how good sentences sound. So I was very excited when I found out that he was writing this book, because when you're an audiobook narrator, you know when sentences aren't constructed right because you're reading that out loud. So it has a very tight, solid voice, and I am loving it. I'm loving it so much. Other than that, not a whole lot going on. What did I do this weekend? I read some books. I finished up The Last Watch by J.S. Dowes, and on Friday. I finished that up on Friday, and I ended up giving this a 4.5 stars. It was so good, and I highly recommend it for a like space opera, high sci-fi leaning book that is so approachable and easy to get into, because like I don't know what it is about the writing, but I just connected to both of the characters so much and I loved them, and I really loved the vibe of like the gang at the end of the universe that everyone else has forgotten about, who is then tasked with saving the universe as it's falling apart because they're the people who are witnessing it. So I loved it, and like the technology in it is so cool. I loved it. And I'm definitely going to buy the sequel and the first book as well, because I want to put it in my collection because I really enjoy it. So we'll be purchasing those at some point. I also finished Dune, which was for my Friends Pick My TBR video. It was the last book that I needed to finish, and I wrapped that up, which is awesome and exciting. And then of course started in on Legends and Lattes, which is always a good time. I am this week planning on reading my book club pick book, because next weekend is book club. We've like squished the timeline a little bit so that we can maneuver our dates around, so we had less time to read this book, which I hope is okay because one of my friends has already finished it and rated it really highly, so I'm so excited to get into it because it's my pick. I picked We Ride Upon Sticks by Quanberry. It's on my couch over there. But I will be reading that this week, and then this weekend, I don't know what I'm gonna get up to, but you guys stick around, make sure to subscribe to see what I end up getting up to. But other than that, I will catch you in another video very, very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.